Hello everyone and welcome back here to Late Night Frights. It's the Thejslone-DVD, back here to do a surprise DVD review for you. Now, I guess you guys didn't know, I was going to do a surprise DVD review. I just did my DVD battle, and I thought, what the hell, I'm going to make this DVD review because I'm so anxious to see everyone's review for it. I'd like for every member, this is to all the members, I'd like for every member to try to review this film, or review this film. So I'm saying and yeah a lot. Anyways, the film has been declared by many the shittiest horror film of all time, the worst film ever made, and I want to get everyone's opinions on it, and I'm about to give mine out, and this is the review of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Next Generation. Oh boy, I got so many things to say about this film, and in so little time, I'm going to try to cut the video short, so let's just bear with me here for a second. Okay, so this is the fourth installment into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and from the way that they are going with this, I'm guessing that they wanted to reboot the series this early. It played out as a reboot, and it sure as hell acted like a reboot. It had, at the time, they were top name cast, Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey, which, I don't like Renee Zellweger, but I'm going to be quite honest with everybody on here. I think Matthew McConaughey was actually pretty creepy. I mean, I really do. I think he was a pretty creepy guy in the film. I didn't think he could pull it off. When I heard that he was the one in there, I was like, oh, God, it's Matthew McConaughey, really. But he pulled it off as that creepy person who was just fucking mean. Like, he was just mean. Like, I remember at one point, that girl just says, honey, do you want something? He's like, I didn't ask you. He just takes her head and just fucking throws her on the floor and starts beating her. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Abusive person. And he's got that leg. It's more of a horror comedy. It's like a spoof of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Do I think it's the worst horror film ever? No, I don't. And I'm going to put that out there right now for everyone to see. I don't think it's the worst horror film ever made. I don't even think it's the worst in the series. That's that. Except Texas Chainsaw 3D. Now, I've heard some shit about that. But, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation, I don't know. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. I will admit, I don't like it in terms of the way they went to go. I think they took it completely wrong with this, but I can watch it, and I can, sit through it, and I think it's funny more than than scary, really. I think it's funny. I really do. I remember sitting and watching this with my dad and my sister. My sister likes this one too, or I don't really like it that much, but I mean, it's okay. My sister likes this one because of Renee Zellweger, and we just laughed our asses off through the whole movie. Like, it just wasn't like we were like, oh God, I'm scared. When Leatherface was running after Renee Zellweger, I was laughing my ass off because Leatherface is kind of a homo in this one. He really is. He's kind of a homo. It's funny. He wears a dress and shit. And I think they were trying to spoof Texas Chainsaw Massacre by making this, or from the way I've heard it, or the way it seems, it's trying to reboot the whole series, which technically, really it didn't work because there was not one after this for some time until the remake. Overall, I'll give the film a 1.5 out of 5. The 5% is for enjoyment of watching the film and laughing about it. I don't think it's the worst film ever made. I think it's a shitty film, needless to say, but the worst film ever made, guys. Come on, being a bit drastic. It's not the worst film ever made, but it's so hard to explain my feelings about this. I just see it, and I don't know. I can watch it. Let's just say that. It's pretty shitty, but it's still pretty funny. I like the part where Matthew McConaughey goes in there and Renee Zellweger get dressed, and I don't know if I can say GD on YouTube, so I'm not going to. And I don't want to, really. I don't like saying GD that much. Don't put me off as like a saint, but I really don't care for that word. But I like when Matthew McConaughey says, I have a mind to slit your GD throat. And he just puts it's just funny how he's just like, he's such an asshole in this movie. It's funny to see him portray this role. I've never seen it before, and I think he did a pretty good job. As well as the rest of the cast were pretty cheesy. Renee Zellweger tried her little heart out. And that's basically all I can say for that. She tried her heart out, and it just wasn't good. her performance just was not good. She was not the good little damsel in distress. It's fucking Renee Zellweger. When I look at her, I think me, myself, and Irene. And but yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Some claim it to be the shittiest horror film of all time. Basically, every review I've seen says this is the shittiest film of all time. Guys, that's a bit drastic. I've seen 10 times, I've seen 10 times worse films than this. But yeah, my opinion on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre generation, The Next Generation, and I'm pumped to see your guys, my members' reviews on this. Please get to them as soon as you can, or as soon as possible. This is the Thejslone or Jordan saying, please comment, subscribe, guys. Keep it horror.